does that work? How is this?
Well, any law potentially can be charged either in the state courts or the federal courts, usually a decision of the prosecutors. This case is probably brought more in the federal court, again, because of tampering of the drug, which is a separate count, which brings up an interstate commerce violation, tampering with the drug. So that certainly would fall under the federal statutes and not be prosecuted under state statutes. So I'm sure the FBI and the prosecutors looked at this case and decided the best prosecution route would be through the federal courts and not the state court.
Well, and plus, I guess it's technically, is it a federal crime to, I mean, could you, I don't know law well enough to know if you could prosecute the whole drug tampering thing as a state crime, and they just chose to do it federally. Was it a choice, or would you have to make that a federal case if you're dealing with medicine and that kind of stuff?
I'd have to look at the statute myself. I'm sure there's drug tampering laws in the state courts, but again, I would think because they're going to be blocked prosecuting a homicide in the state courts, they chose to go the route of the federal courts, which allows them to charge both drug tampering and the homicide.
What kind, do you guys deal in pregnancy law? I mean, I found it on the website, but I don't know if that's something that you really do.
Well, more on the personal injury side, in that nature. This is quite a unique case in a sense, and I know there's been a civil action brought as well by the mother for injury to herself and her unborn child. So that's like an intentional battery. So it's a state court, state charges being brought as well. Besides the criminal prosecution, now this young man's facing civil action. It looks like in the state courts as well.
Is there anything you could tell me about, like, in your practice of personal injury when it comes to harming somebody who is carrying on? How have the laws changed over the last few years? Do you aware they come to protect the unborn child more in the last 5 to 10 years?
I'm not aware in the last 5 to 10 years of any changes in the law. But again, from a personal injury or negligence standpoint, again, it's controlled by the viability of the fetus. So if there's an auto accident or some sort of accident where the mother's injured and she has an unborn child, there could be a separate action on behalf of that fetus. Depends on the length of the pregnancy and the circumstance of the case, obviously.
Do women often choose to do that?
Well, it depends. I mean, most moms, if they are in an accident, they're just concerned about the health of the unborn child. They go to their doctor and they're going to closely follow that. I mean, if it's a severe accident and they lose the baby, then possibly there is a cause of action. Most mothers, if they can, obviously want to go full term, have the baby, and then pray and hope that the baby is fine after the birth of the baby. That's usually an unknown.
I guess, is there anything else you'd like to add that I didn't ask?